Welcome to the first ever episode of Where Are They Now? Today I talk with Tyler Murak, our first ever interviewee on the Share Chair. We interviewed him about 7 months ago and a lot has changed. Tyler is a senior at Spring Lake High School and will be graduating along with the rest of the 2016 class in a little over a month. In September, his last football season was just beginning as the captain of the team, and he was being interviewed on the Share Chair. In today's interview, his baseball season is just beginning. We talk about the future, the roaring passion he has for baseball, and some great advice is given. This is Tyler Murak on Where Is He Now? We have Tyler Murak here again, who you are our first interview ever on the Share Chair, which is like so sentimental to me because we've had so many now. In the interview, that was September, and now it's May? April, and you're graduating, so am I, in about a month. And so can you talk about where you were as opposed to now, in the beginning of your senior year and how things have changed?
I remember coming into senior year thinking God, I don't really feel like a senior. I just kind of feel, I guess I'm here. I don't really feel like an adult. And then now, 7 months later or whatever, I feel, I don't know what brought that change about, but I feel almost like an adult now. I can, fend for myself. I just remember thinking before, I can make grilled cheese and eggs, and that's But now I don't know. I just feel more mature and feel like I can handle myself.
Yeah. Do you know other recipes now too? Still grilled cheese and eggs?
I learned how to make ramen noodles.
But so in the interview, we also talked about, you said you were interested in finance, maybe something in money. Are you still? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that, and then I don't know if I talked about it before, but I'm also looking into an athletic director at a college level or a coach. I actually met Michigan State's athletic director at a basketball game. Mm-hmm. We had we had dinner with the coach before the game somehow, and then he was there, and I was talking to him 10 or 15 minutes about the path and what you had to do and stuff, which was really cool. I didn't know the guy, and he was really helpful in Grand Valley. Now I have quite a few offers to play baseball all over the place, but most of them are smaller schools, 5 to 10,000 students, which is fine. It's an upgrade from Spring Lake, obviously.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I kind of wanted that bigger school feel. I don't need 50,000, but Grand Valley, it's a nice fit.
Yeah.
I love the campus.
It's beautiful.
It's close enough where if I need something, I can come back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay up there, so it'll feel like I'm still away at college. I'm planning on living downtown Grand Rapids, which I've heard is great. The people that have gone through the business school just rave about it because your junior year you're turning 21 and there's a ton to do in Grand Rapids, and there's bars, the Griffins, and there's just a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah, I feel like people, especially here because we're so close to Grand Rapids already, underestimate how cool Grand Rapids is. Yeah. It's actually such a fun destination to go. Yeah, I mentioned baseball a few times. Are you going to be playing baseball at Grand Valley?
I don't know. They their team is really good. They I don't know how many national championships in the past 10 years they've had. Wow. They've had some really good teams. And they're a little bit different than most schools. Their theory is, it's worked for them, so I can't question it. Their theory is they want, every year, they graduate, 6, 7, 8, 9 seniors, and they bring in that many recruits to replace them because you only get so many on a team.
Okay.
So each year there's 6 to 9 spots, but what they do is if we'll say there's 8 spots, they'll take 6 or 7 of those and they'll be junior college transfers. So what that means is they play at MCC or GRCC because their theory is that gets them 120 games at the collegiate level, which gets them better and more prepared. And then their idea is that they'll be ready to come in and contribute right away.
Yeah.
And then they'll usually take 1 or 2 raw freshmen. That's the thing, I've grown up loving baseball. It's always been my number one sport. And getting, I remember my first recruiting visit was at Kalamazoo, and I remember they gave me this packet with my name on it, and they showed me my locker, all this different stuff. I'm thinking, how am I gonna ever pass this?
Yeah.
It's really hard, but I'm thinking in the long run, the odds of me going, making it to the major leagues slim. I might be able to learn a lot in college and play well and maybe get like the white caps or something.
Mm-hmm.
But at what point you got to say, well, you got to kind of decide. It was hard. I mean, like I said, I love baseball. And not being, it's like you've earned the opportunity. You're good enough to play at the next level, but passing that up. I think in the long run, I'll be glad I did, but it's tough.
So you passed up playing at Hope or maybe Kalamazoo for
actually,
Grand Valley?
7 or 8 offers actually.
Oh, so you passed up a lot of offers to go to Grand Valley instead.
It's good. I guess it's a lot of schools wanted you, so it's not like I don't know if I could have made it. There's never that moment where you think, if I tried, could I have done it? You knew that you could have played. Yeah. So this is the decision that you made. When we interviewed you in September, it was like the very beginning of the football season, and so just how did that play out, the end of the season? It was good. I was just talking to my baseball coach about it last night, actually, after our game. The class above us, seniors from last year, were really athletic. They had a bunch of athletes in every sport, and it was hard to crack the lineup in football or baseball. I was lucky enough to do both, and I was one of 2 juniors in football to start, and the only junior in baseball. Yes. And I just remember, there's a lot of good athletes, but it seemed like whenever we got down or had something not go our way or whatever, a bad break, it seemed like with the whole team's, MO just went down. Yeah. And I don't want to say gave up, but it just, we never seemed to be able to dig ourselves out of a hole. And this season, both in football and baseball, it's been the opposite. We're really young, and in both sports, and we never quit. Like last night, for example, we played Grand Rapids Christian, who was ranked, I don't know, like top 10 in the state or whatever. They should have just smashed us. Yeah. And we came out, we played 7-inning games, and we were up 6-4 going into the last inning. Oh. And our pitchers, they couldn't find the strike zone. They ended up scoring like 7 runs in the last inning and beating us. Oh my God. So then a similar thing happened last year, and the next game we came out and just got hammered, mercied us. This is against a different team, but so then I'm thinking this is gonna happen again. We're gonna come out, and sure enough, we came out, fought back, ended up beating them in the bottom of the 7th. It was really exciting. That's great. Great way to start the season.
Yeah, so that was the very...
Yeah, first 2 games, yeah.
Okay, so your baseball season is just now kicking off.
Yep.
Okay, and when we last interviewed you, your football season was just now kicking off, so it's kind of come full circle. Do you have any advice for seniors who are seniors for next year, or baseball players, or people who need to make that sacrifice like you did, like anyone, maybe over general, just if you could give someone a note of advice, what would it be?
Just work hard. Everyone has told me that for years, and I never... I obviously, thought, okay, good, everyone works hard, but when you get up to your senior year, and even, varsity sports, really, you really notice who's put the time in and who hasn't. Night and day, those who work and want to get better and strive and put the time in are miles ahead of those who don't.
Thank you so much for talking to us again, Tyler. I wish you all of the luck next year. That's the first episode of Where Are They Now? Don't miss the next one. Our past interviewees will continue to make appearances. Stay in the know by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and especially our SoundCloud page at the Share Chair Podcast.